I'm Mary Hyson.
And I'm Cross Quinlan.
And this is Triple Mac News, reporting live from Clifton, New Jersey. We have breaking news. President John F. Kennedy released a speech about the satellite photos confirming the existence of Russian warheads in Cuba.
Here we're going to show you a clip from the speech regarding the quarantine, shipment of weapons, and any nuclear missiles fired at the Western Hemisphere.
I have directed that the following initial steps be taken immediately. To halt this offensive buildup, a strict quarantine on all offensive military equipment under shipment to Cuba is being initiated. All ships of any kind bound for Cuba, from whatever nation or port, where they're found to contain cargoes of offensive weapons, be turned back. It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union.
Oh my God, Cross. President Kennedy has some really interesting things to say about the crisis going on in Cuba right now.
Honestly, Mayor, that was really scary. I don't
even know how to say. It's crazy.
Alright, well, let's see what Amir has to say.
Hi, my name is Amir Zachary Wheeler, and I have some good news for you today. New York Senator Kenneth also said there is evidence of Soviet rocket installations in Cuba. It's also known that Kenneth urges President Kennedy to take action and propose that the OAS sends investigative teams to Cuba. Although Kenneth's sources of information remain unclear, it appears that he simply made firm declarations based on rumors and reports that U.S. intelligence officials consider too soft to be definitive. Now back to the streets of Clifton with Maria Ramos.
Hi, I'm Maria Ramos, and we're gonna ask this man some questions.
Hey, don't you come no closer. Made me drop my goddamn beer.
Can I ask you some questions?
About what?
The Cuban Missile Crisis?
Sure, come on up.
Do you think we're going to war?
With who, Cuba? I don't believe we're gonna.
Why not?
Because, I mean, President Kennedy, he is kind of stupid, I'll admit it. But even if we do go to war, I'm going to sit here and defend my land with this piece of property.
How do you think Kennedy's handling the situation?
I think he's handled it pretty well. It ain't no quarantine on Cuba, though. It's a blockade. We are fully preparing for war. I don't think there will be one, but if there is one, I'm here and I'm ready.
Are you concerned with your family's safety?
No, I am not, because I'm here to protect them.
How?
I'm going to sit here, defend my land with this beautiful piece of wood and metal.
Triple Mac News here, coming live from Clifton, NJ. We have fellow citizen. Hey man, I have a question. What do you think about the Cuban Missile Crisis?
What do I think about the Cuban Missile Crisis? Well, as a totally white, land-owning, Southern Republican.
That's right. That's right.
I think President Kennedy is a yellow, weak-minded individual. When he's heroin,
Okay.
you should be muscling Nikita Khrushchev. It's not how you do it. He is the threat to all American citizens.
I have a question. What do you think about the quarantine?
What do I think about the quarantine? Why are you asking me? Alright, considering I'm an expert in the matter.
You're right.
What do I think about the quarantine? Well, it is not a quarantine, it is a blockade. There are American forces blocking off the sovereign nation of Cuba, which is backed by the Soviet Union.
That's right, that's right.
There are confirmed missiles in Cuba, excuse me. And yeah, that's that.
Okay, so are you scared for your life?
Am I scared for my life? Well, why would I be? I only know that the president's gonna get assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald in the 6th floor of a books depository building. What is this?
What is this?
What is this? What is this? What is this?
Triple Mac coming from you live here at Clifton. Yeah, so we're covering the Cuban Missile Crisis. Don't really know what's going on here. Well, that's that. Back to you, Mayor.
Alright, now Michael Gods is going to be giving us information referring to what exactly, Mayor?
That the United States had a strategic advantage on Russia because they had nuclear missiles stationed in Turkey that were fully functional and that they could annihilate the USSR. If Russia puts missiles in Cuba, then they will have more leverage and strategic advantages over the U.S.
All Alright, so real quick, I want to talk about Michael Godd's interview.
I think that was a really interesting interview, Cross. Like, I don't know, especially at the end there. I mean,
It
like,
was really interesting.
he did have some pretty interesting
Now,
topics
before
on,
he
but
did
yeah.
end up getting abducted,
Yeah.
I could have sworn that he said he thinks that the President John F. Kennedy is going to get assassinated.
I believe he did say that, and the person that he said too, like, do you know who that person is?
Could have sworn he said Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, but do you know who that is? Like, I don't know.
I don't know
really
who Lee
who that
Harvey
is.
Oswald is.
I don't know. That's a pretty interesting topic, Carl.
Well, I guess we'll see about that in the future. Alright, now Michael Godds is going to be giving us information referring to what exactly, Mayor?
That the United States had a strategic advantage on Russia because they had nuclear missiles stationed in Turkey that were fully functional and that they could annihilate the USSR. If Russia puts missiles in Cuba, then they will have more leverage and strategic advantages over the U.S.
Alright, now to Michael Godds.
Hey guys, Michael Gotts here, back at it again with the Cuban Missile Crisis. Let me inform you about this topic. Turkey and the United States agreed to put 15 nuclear-tipped Jupiter missiles in Turkey starting on June 1st, 1961. A member of NATO, Turkey borders the Soviet Union, giving perfect leverage to the U.S. The U.S. cut off all relations with Cuba after Castro became dictator. The quarantine of Cuba has begun on October 23rd. Kennedy decided to give Khrushchev more time to consider, so the U.S. pulled the ships back 500 miles. The Soviets have seen the blockade and have slowed down their aggression. The ships are carrying military cargo. Only one ship, the Bucharest, because 40 non-aligned nations pushed the U.S. to let it pass. The UN Secretary General, U Thant, sent appeals to refrain from any action that may aggravate the situation and bring risk of war. The U.S. went to DEFCON 2, the highest military alert ever reached in post-war era. Commanders are ready for full-scale war. These nuclear missiles are close to the U.S. mainland, only 90 miles away from Florida. If these missiles were able to function, Cuba would have full capability of hitting the East Coast very quickly without any time to defend or evacuate anywhere. If the Soviets made these missiles fully functional, the USSR would lead the rivalry when America has led this entire time. The US would be in a tough state, but the US can prevail. In the act of Soviets actually bombing the US with nuclear weapons, you need to follow the duck and cover video. Thoroughly look at all the instructions and follow them. Watch the video. If you hear the sirens going off, find the safest or closest bomb shelter or duck and cover to be safe.
So, Michael, this seems to be an extremely terrifying time for our country.
Yeah, yes, I agree. It's not an easy time, you know. Kids, you need to be safe out there. Those nuclear bombs come off. Do what your teachers told you to do. Duck
And cover, kids. Always remember to duck and cover.
Don't forget. Let me tell you something about life. When something harsh comes into it, you need to be ready for it. And if you believe that we will prevail, then we will. All we have to do is hope that Kennedy makes the right decisions, that Khrushchev makes the right decisions, and that we have world peace. We don't need any terror in the world.
Yeah, really all we can do right now is wait and see what Kennedy's reaction is going to be to all this.
That's right. But Cuba, Castro, we need to watch out for Castro, anti-Americanist, doesn't have the right views, but we might need to take him out.
I mean, if we did take him out, I would not mind at all. I think that'd be a great idea.
I think it would be too dictator. No, not a good thing.
And again, we're not trying to start World War III here.
That's also, we don't want to start World War III. That's a big thing. If we don't want our troops to go to war, die. We want all of our American people here living with us, safe, good economy to prosper, and live life. This is Michael Godds.
And this is Cross Quinlan.
Triple Max Studios coming to you live from Clifton, NJ. That's a wrap. No, you had it, man. You had it. Game time. You thought it would make it easier. Just like do something stupid.
I had it too. This thing just died.
Alright.
Ready?
No, that's just
Go.
weird. No, that's just weird. That's just.
Wait. Why don't you have conversations?
It appears that he made simply